Okay, this is another one of my new pickups, and as you can see, there are of um, card holders which you can put your bus pass or underground ticket pop passes in. I picked this up from the Forbidden Planet. As you can see, they're $2.99 each. And obviously one is of Superman and one is of the Flash. Two of my favourite characters in the comic realm. They did have other card holders. They did have a couple of Batman ones and a couple of the Batman villains that they did have available. And I think they did have quite a few of the Harry Potter different card holders as well for exactly the same price. But I decided to go for these two because obviously it would have been a little bit much in buying so many of them. But in an ideal world, I would have bought a much larger selection of them to kind of have. In the past, I have bought other ones in the past. Like I did buy a Justice League one from the Justice League movie, and that was pretty cool. The actual design of that one. I did have ones of the Dark Knight trilogy with the Christian Bale ones. I did have a few of them. I think the last one I had was the Dark Knight Rises one, and it had a cool picture of Batman fighting Bane. I have had a Superman one before. Similar symbol. I think the symbol was smaller and it was a much more of a lighter blue. I've had a Flash one, but not like this one before, so it's kind of a little bit different. And the current one I've got now, it's one of the Mega Drive game, or Genesis as it's called in America, of the game Streets of Rage. But obviously, what tends to happen with these card holders is that they tend to fall apart over time. They usually split in two. And at the moment now, I kind of need some new ones. There is one I actually do want, which I've seen off Amazon, where it's basically a leather one, and it's got the Batman symbol embossed on it. I've wanted that one for years, but never got around to picking it up. Obviously, some of it doesn't help by the fact that now, obviously, the prices on Amazon keep changing, and plus, if you haven't got Amazon Prime, which allows you to have free delivery, they tend to also charge you now for delivery. So sometimes the delivery can be more than the actual item itself, which for me is kind of very off-putting. But these will do for the time being. As I said, they're from the Forbidden Planet. I haven't been there in like a couple of years. So I was down there on Wednesday due to the fact that I had a hospital appointment. So I was nearby anyway. So I thought I'd pop in there. In the past, I did not notice while I was in there that in the past, when it comes to the card holders, they did have a much larger selection of card holders, whether it's from different TV shows, comic book stuff, whether it's Marvel, video game ones, and obviously more DC ones, but they seem to have a smaller range of them these days, which obviously I don't know if that's to do with stock. Especially what's going on with them around the world with them. I've noticed it in supermarkets and shops. It seems to be hard to get certain things in stock. But these two, for me, were the two eye-catching ones that caught my eye. So I'm not gonna complain. So I mean, bear in mind that there's not going to be any inner artwork with these card holders. It's just on the outside surface of it. So you're not kind of really gonna get much. So we'll just take the sticker off there. As I said before, yeah, my long-term goal is to get the Batman leather card holder that they do have on Amazon. Obviously, I know that will last a lot longer than these plastic ones, because obviously, as I support, they tend to rip after a while, no matter how careful you are with actually using them. So we'll try and take this one off. Okay, so as you can see, the Superman one there, you got Superman there with the Superman symbol, and you got the Flash. We'll look at the back, which has got exactly the same design on the Superman one, and on the Flash one, you've got exactly the same design at the back there. So there you kind of have it, and then you've got the security and stuff they put on there, so stop people from making it. So we'll open up the sorry, for Batman. Can't see. Must be going blind my own age. For Superman 1 up first. As I said, I've had a Superman 1 before, but it was a very different design, and then the actual blue that you would associate with Superman, it was a lot lighter than this, and then I think the Superman symbol was a lot smaller than this. But I remember, I don't think I've got it, because after a while, I ended up throwing them away. Okay, we've got that off. Okay. So again, as I said, we'll take a look at the Superman 1. So before, there's going to be nothing to it. Sorry, that's my phone going off. And as you can see there, so you've got, it looks more like a distressed Batman. A distressed. It's got Batman on the brain. It's to do with the Flash trailer, the trailer 2 that they've just popped up a couple of days ago. So we've got the distressed Superman symbol there, which is kind of different. It's not the typical like clean design of the Superman symbol. So it's a more of a distressed symbol there. Again, as I said, you've got the thing at the back, and then you've got obviously the inside of it where it is complete white, and then you can put your bus pass ID in there, and then the ticket in there. So you got that covered there. Because one of the things I've noticed, what tends to happen with these things here, is that eventually they rip down the middle of there, because every time you keep doing that, it tends to rip down there, and then eventually the plastic holder here eventually starts to rip from the top of here. Doesn't matter which side of the card holder it is. That's what always happens with all of mine. You get little scratches here and there on the actual front of the design of your card holder, but this usually just tears in half. As you can see, it's a quite flexible plastic there. So, but then at the same time, quite hard wearing at the same time. You've got a new plastic smell there, so it's going to protect your card there, so you don't have to worry about it getting damaged, or the card, whether you've got, especially if you've got the photograph on your bus pass ID, or you don't have to worry about obviously your picture or anything, or any details fading, because this will be well protected. Obviously, if it gets damp, even if you've got it inside of your jacket, or inside your jeans, or wherever, or even your purse or handbag, you don't have to worry the fact that there's not going to be any damage to the actual cards that are inside of here. So that's a great relief to know. But bear in mind, as I said, it's event over time, depending on how how often you use it, it is going to rip down the middle, and then the actual plastic's holding the case, that will rip over time. So that's, to me, it's kind of fairly normal. Then we have the Flash one here, which is cool. Obviously, with the Superman symbol, we've got it horizontally, and obviously with the Flash symbol, obviously even though it's the card might be facing like that, obviously the symbol is meant to be like that horizontally, but that's still cool. Again, same design on the back as there is on the front, and again you've got the kind of distressed look of the Flash symbol. I do have a Flash red t-shirt where it's very similar to this, where it's kind of got this distressed look on the actual symbol on the actual t-shirt. Kind of gives it kind of a really kind of unique kind of a look. It's not the clean Flash symbol look that you would normally kind of see. Again, as I said, you look in there, it's completely white. There's no artwork inside of there, and you've got obviously the plastic in there to which will hold in the cards. Bearing in mind that the plastic on both the Superman and the Flash one are fairly thin, so I would say that if you're not, so be careful with taking the cards in and out, because this will most likely will rip. But as long as you sit there and you keep the cards in, I would say, and don't necessarily take them out, it's less likely that you're kind of going to do damage to the actual card holder. But bearing in mind that this might rip eventually over time with no fault of your own. Again, I've overlay put protection here, that will split eventually, where it'll get stressed, it'll create stress and end up splitting it in half, and that will happen. That's fairly normal. So yeah, these are my new card holders that I'm looking forward to using. As well, I've got the current one I'm using is the Streets of Rage one, the Streets of Rage 1, which, funny enough, I had to tape up because it was splitting down the middle there, and now the inside plastic, which is holding the card, is starting to rip, and so much so that when I was scanning my bus pass on the bus the other day, my actual pass, which is actually a plastic card, actually fell out, and luckily I heard it because, well, if I had lost that, then I really would have been in trouble. Luckily I heard it, so I said to myself, you know what, I'm gonna have to get a new card holder, or maybe trying to tape up the old one that I've currently got. So I was looking around on eBay for a new card holder, and obviously the ones that were there to me they seemed a little bit pricey, and obviously we're going in the Forbidden Planet and then having looking around and seeing the different ones, designs I had available, whether it was DC, Harry Potter, and some other ones that are available. I thought, you know what, I'm definitely going to get a new one because I actually do need one. And as I've said this the third time, I definitely want to get that leather card holder, that Batman one on eBay. If it's if I save a little bit of my money, then I'm definitely going to pick that one up. I don't know if it's gone up because last month I saw it was at a decent price, but again, as I said, it was the postage and packaging. But I'm definitely going to get one so it's more hardware and more the fact that it's going to last a lot longer. But yeah, I do know that Forbidden Planet do have an online site, so you may be able to get them on there, and who knows that they may have more designs available on their online store. If you're into, like, say, superhero card holders, whether it's DC or Marvel, I do know that you can, if you don't want to use Forbidden Planet, you can find different superhero ones available on eBay, but obviously they're going to range on how much they cost, and obviously the delivery costs. Sometimes the sellers do free deliveries, sometimes they don't. So if there's something that you're after and it's not available on the Forbidden Planet, just type in superhero card holder on eBay, and then you'll probably find out a lot of different designs that will be available to your taste. So anyway, I hope people enjoyed this video and found it informative. As I said before, this is from the Forbidden Planet. I have done some videos of the Forbidden Planet, which I'm gonna upload over time. Thankfully, the staff at the Forbidden Planet allowed me to do some filming in the Forbidden Planet, as long as I didn't film obviously the counter where the staff worked or put any of the staff in the video, but they allowed me to do it. But I might do a short little video in saying that I'm gonna upload some stuff from Forbidden Planet, because obviously I don't know when this particular video will be uploaded. But anyway, hope people found this video informative. Please feel free to share with your friends and family. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, I'll be most grateful. That will allow people to find my YouTube content and YouTube channel on the YouTube recommendations, because they favour the bigger YouTubers, the more with the bigger viewers and the bigger subscription base. Speaking of that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I know some people watch my stuff but don't subscribe, but please feel free to subscribe to my channel if you like stuff like this or any other available content that's on my YouTube channel. And wherever you're in the world, I hope you all keeping safe. So take care and bye for now.